With so many recent upgrades and fixes, I thought it would be helpful for you FYI users to get a personalized walk through the latest product updates rolled out during October. Well, to get started, I'm Nick from Puzzle Solutions, and we are a software implementation, training and consultancy company for accounting practices and professional service organisations. We are based in Auckland, New Zealand, and we assist customers globally. For this update, we will cover FYI product releases and enhancements made during October 2023. Let's get into it. All right, first up, we're going to have a look at the most recent releases, 26th of October, and then work our way towards the beginning of the month. So we can see here in the release notes that we had some changes to document templates and the ability to also use a document name with merge fields that are now supported. So this means you can now index your document templates to make them easier to find for staff on creation, and that's without impacting the actual document title. This is really, really good. You can also now use the merge fields, so we'll have a look at what you can do there. If we go into FYI and we go to open this one, you can see that I've got a template name in the document template library, tax letter here, and then we've just put the document name in as we need. And you can also see a merge field. If you want to look at other merge fields available, you can go into the support site and download a copy of all of the merge fields. So if we go back into the release notes, next we have a mention here around cabinets, so that when you delete a cabinet, you'll now actually get asked where you want to move those documents to for those associated documents. And then overnight, the refile of those documents will occur. So that's really cool. It just means it saves people from having to go back in to the main document views, filter across documents, bulk update them, or separately request a refile. You can all do it with the document cabinet deletion. So after this, we have got a upgrade to the new Collaborate. So it now stipulates that any existing sharing settings for clients that you've already shared out through the old legacy Collaborate will now be removed. And that just means the benefit there that old clients, I should say clients on the old legacy Collaborate platform, will no longer be able to access them via the old legacy Collaborate, and you'll actually have a process to go and put them on the new Collaborate, perhaps send them an invite to the new SharePoint site, and go forth from there. So if you want to learn a bit more about that, if we go into this FYI article, there's a number of things that you have to do to get your new Collaborate in place, including talking to your IT admin team and getting some Azure settings set up. There is also a slight tweak there that you don't need document retention settings or policies in place anymore to get past the onboarding wizard, but there's some really good content in here for those of you that haven't yet moved to the new Collaborate. So simply you would be in your automation apps menu, and in the Collaborate you can continue with the upgrade, deploy a SharePoint site, and as long as you've gone through those prerequisites, happy days, you guys will be able to use a lovely new branded SharePoint site. And of course, with SharePoint sites, you can custom brand those with your logo, with your banners, images, web parts, calendars, task lists, other text URL hyperlinks to your heart's content. So really, really nice to have. All right. There's a few things that got resolved over the course of that week as well. So practice manager, staff emails, the data retention policy and the onboarding wizard for Collaborate, messages around errors for new Collaborate when you go to share files, they got enhanced, and a enhancement around the desktop app to try and speed that up as well. Moving along, let's have a look at updates for the week 23rd of October. This is a biggie. This one kind of snuck through even for myself, the FYI browser extension. So up until now, the browser extension has always been a bit hit and miss, if I was to speak honestly, just because it depended on where the PDF was hosted. So this is where you click up to the top, you click your browser when you've got a PDF open there, and then so as long as that you're logged in, you'll be able to save down a PDF But if the PDF was not hosted online, it wouldn't really work for you. So out of frustration, some practices do or don't use that extension very well. But now you can actually save your offline PDFs, so the ones that have saved to your device. All you need to do is upgrade your extension settings. So let's have a look at that. If we go through to, where are we? We'll have a look in the top there. Under right click against your FYI browser extension, go to manage extension, and you just need to select this little fella down here, allow access to file URLs. There you go. And that just means that when you've got a online PDF, you will be able to actually save that in. Let's see if I can get that to work. Say I've got a case from, say, Xero Central ticket through here. This is one that I was working on for a group. Now, if I go and click on the extension, lo and behold, we should be able to now save that right down to a client in cabinet or just to our internal knowledge libraries. That is brilliant. So, moving along, we also had a few things resolved, automation steps in New Collaborate. I'm not going to focus on those too much. 12th of October, if we have a look at these through here, the visible pending sync status for clients in jobs. So that means if we go into, let's just say, a job in FYI, and there'll be a summary grid, the same for a client. When you update the details, there'll now be a pending sync whilst it is processing the changes to XPM. That's quite neat. That just means that when there is a delay in the API processing those changes, you still know about it, and you don't go in loops trying to figure out why that hasn't synced across and constantly hitting that sync button. We don't want people to do that. Okay. We also had, under the Collaborate app, we have a practice activity series of alerts that any changes you make in the Collaborate app, so again, this is in the Collaborate settings over here, that will actually pass updates into your practice activity thread. So you'll see information about the upgrade itself to the new Collaborate and any changes thereafter as well. Very good. There are some CCH updates. I'm not going to go into anything outside of Xero Practice Manager, just because I only have the luxury of working with practices who are Xero partners. But you've also got this neat little function around the Office preview via OneDrive. What is that? Well, in the My Settings at the top here, each user can decide to preview Office files via OneDrive. So because all the documents are hosted via FYI, if you want to, say, open up, here we go, I'm just going to close this down, a Word letter, and it's a, if I preview it, you can see that the preview Office via OneDrive is turned on. If I didn't have that turned on, it actually is a bit faster to load. So although when you do this, you can see it's spooling and takes a bit longer. If that's not an issue for you, don't worry about it. But if you do want to make things a bit faster, you can actually go into the settings, toggle that one off there. And if we just refresh, just means that it'll be off by default, and then you toggle it on for those documents you want to preview fully. So this would come about just to help people viewing items in FYI a little bit quicker. You can see it renders a lot faster on screen. Anyhow, no harm. If you don't need it, don't worry. If you think that'll help you out with speed, brilliant, go for it. Coming back into here, there was a few other items resolved, document links in the drawer for FYI and Outlook for email, so you can actually share the doc link for emails again. Email templates for tax notices, more of an Australian function for tax notices and assessments, not something you use for NZ practices. Practices who have gone to New Collaborate, a delete sharing option is now available as well. You might also be familiar with a direct share or silent share that you've got inside documents also. So I think if I go back into documents tray and we were to share that, there is also an option to share documents into the Collaborate with no email. So that'll just push it into the Collaborate portal. Anyhow, a delete option also is available. The client name on notifications being marked as read, draft and Outlook retaining information inside the salutation and body merge fields. Moving along, 5th of October, the last set of updates here for the beginning of the month. This one is quite neat actually. So automations, that was always a bit of a arduous task to get up to speed with automations and how they are meant to work. The good news is FYI already has a lot of content inside their support library, previous best practice webinars, previous workshops on automations, a lot of support articles, a lot of information in the FYI automation library landing page. But now you've actually got a course. So if you go into the Learn modules, you'll see that under the Pro section, Getting Started with Automations. And there you go, 60+ minute course to take you all the way through different automation steps, different automation actions and filters, also some custom processes and how to work with some common scenarios. So that's pretty neat. I think that's really awesome that they've come up with a nice course there to go through. And that's really the main updates that we can see. Again, other practice software updates for the Practice Sync and Iris as well. Some more resolved issues around activity in the drawers, TIFF files, threaded emails, and My Prosperity, which is another add-on. But that rolls up all of the October releases. Hope you enjoyed that. We're going to try and do these on a monthly cycle just to break down these for you and give you a much better understanding of how to fast track FYI. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. With so many recent upgrades and fixes, I thought it would be helpful for you FYI users to get a personalized walk through the latest product updates rolled out during October. With so many recent upgrades and fixes, I thought it would be helpful for you FYI users to get a personalized walk through the latest product updates rolled out during October.